Hello friends. Well, I'm back, and this time I'm putting on a Werkes tail tidy. Did a lot of homework before getting this thing, trying to figure out which was the guy to go with, and read some different things about guys saying that the first ones of these or something, they were dropping into the tail hugger, but I'm looking at it, I don't see how that happens. So maybe just because they've made some adjustments to it, I don't know. It's February 2015. Maybe I'm getting a version that's got it all done right. Here's what's in the package. It's the actual plate. I got two different light colors, trying to figure out which one. I think I'm going to go with the black one, and that way it'll, I think, tie in more with the black stuff that's on the bike, make it look a little tamer. I don't need people looking at my license plate per se. It's got the little bolt package there, nut package, whatever that stuff is for wiring. The step-by-step directions there, and photos, so it should be hopefully goof-proof, but I've been known to screw up some stuff, so we'll see how that goes. I'll get into it here and see how nasty this thing's going to get. I want to show you real quick. I'm talking about how I think they've got it down. I'll see if I can do it with one hand, but here's the guy right here. It's got a spring hinge on the bottom, and it's got this little slider deal on the top that when you slide up, it's going to open it. That's how you get into your trunk. So I'm going to lift the latch up. And I've got it lifted, and as you can see, I'm shaking on this guy. The latch is let go, and it's not going to come open unless I open it with my finger here with the spring, and then it springs right back. So between that spring and then pushing that lever down so that it clicks in, I don't see how that thing's coming down to get on the plate. So looking at this right now, I'm happy with my choice. I think it's going to work out pretty good. Quick sizing it up here. It's going to be in that area right there. So it looks like I've got some, pretty decent room there on what'll be both sides of the signals and brake lights, and get the reflector off and get her all mounted, and she should look pretty sweet. So we'll keep you informed with the next one. Okay, so step one, they say to take the rear cowl seat off, so I got that off. I lifted up my little handle here, pulled my grab bar out, so it'll be ready to go with what I'm going to do there. Second part of that tells you to take the bolts off and remove the hugger. They're all going to be the same Allen screw, so you got 1, 2, 3 in there, and then around this other side. Down below, there's 4. So if you remove those 4, the hugger just pulls right out of there. It's plastic, so unless you get the cool carbon fiber one. Stock one is plastic on these, I believe. And I'll probably be doing something with that here pretty shortly too. So that's first thing is kind of open her up and see what we got. The next step, we're going to be removing the license plate itself. And that's going to be with the 2 Allens as well, so you stick those in there. Okay, so some of you guys are probably going to wonder, well, I skipped right through and I took that license plate off the back. Well, it's 2 bolts that are Allens, and before you even get started with this project, and this should be at the beginning of this, hopefully you watch the whole thing first and then do it, but you need this guy right here. This is a Allen wrench socket, and in order to get into the holes that you're going to have to get into in the bracket, here's the bracket, and you're going to have to stick this thing down inside that hole. And you got the rim that's right here, right beside it. So you've got a limited amount of space to get in there and get that. So you're going to use a socket And the other reason you're going to use a socket is that those things are in there again with that red Loctite or some kind of Loctite, and you're going to have to put it to it. So I used a long breaker wrench, and then put my socket in, and it even at that, those bolts are long. They took a long time to get out, so just be prepared for that. They're going to take a while to get out of there. Then when the plate's down, you'll cut the wire short, which is what I did. I left it long enough in case at some point I'd want to connect it back up, and then took the rest of it. There's the tail, and I'll be routing that through in a little bit. So, but this is a key step. I mean, for everything that you're going to do, this is a pretty big deal. If you muck up these bolts, have fun getting them off. It means you're going to have to remove your rear wheel, and you're going to have to get in there with some fun tools to dig out what you messed up. So make sure that you start off right off the bat with an Allen, and this is a 6mm Allen, and do it that way. All right, more to come. Okay, so had a lot of fun with the wire routing. You actually have to take, after you've snipped it, and you got to pull it out of the swing arm through all of that and figure out where you're going to route it. You're going to place it back up, comes up the frame, and then they say it comes out by the gas tank, so I actually had the wire route out by where the gas tank comes in, and I went under the little pivot point of the tank, wired around there, came around the frame part, and then I tucked it down this frame rail right in there so you can't see it, and it comes out right here by the turn signal. And then I'll fold it over here, and I'll attach it to the wire part here. I'll leave a little room, and then I'll take the tie down and wrap it around there. And that's how I'll tie the thing off with the wires. They actually tell you that you should drill another hole down in this area so the wire will do something there, come up or something. I looked all over the directions, couldn't figure out what that bottom hole was for, and I felt, well, I drilled 2 holes, one for the wire to come out the top for the light, one to actually mount it, and that's enough holes for me for now. So we'll see if that works, and if not, I'll let you know what I did there and for the next part. So the holes are drilled. I drilled the top hole right inside. There's a little dip point there, and it says to drill the hole in that and then go about 1 inch below that, which is where I put the next hole, and that's where the actual bolt will go through and bolt the plate on. So hang on a second, I'll bolt it on. Okay, so there's the bolt in place going through the hole. Nut out the other side. I'll tie it down after a bit, but you can see where the hole is going to be for the light, and the light will go right there. It's got 2-way tape on it. You tape it, then take the wire through that and into the hole in the back side, and then connect it to your wire end here. I believe black goes to black and yellow goes to white. Look at your directions to figure that part out. We'll pause it and show you what the next part looks like. Okay, so I'm not going to zoom in on the plate there just because it's, you're supposed to like protect your license plate or whatever, but you get the idea. It's all up under there. I think the whole back end just looks a lot cooler without having something sticking out either the left side or or out the back any further than what it does. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. That's my interpretation anyway. So okay, well, I guess form your own opinion. Everybody's got one. my hugger's trimmed off. I decided to do that when I did this. I'm not a big hugger fan, but I wanted to leave something on the chain guard, so I took it down. Anyway, that's it. Signing off. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.